This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about this upcoming fight between Erislandy Lara and Brian Castano. Here's my tale of the tape. It all depends on which Erislandy Lara shows up. You know, you are, at the end of the day, a fighter is his best at the end of his last fight. I'm going to say that again. A fighter is his best at the end of his last fight. And his last fight against Jarrett Hurd, he got dropped. He lost that fight. There's an argument that could have gone in his favor in the fight, but in the second half of the fight, Jarrett Hurd kind of just took over, man. He ate up Erislandy Lara's best punches, man. And I think he rattled Erislandy Lara's confidence. You could see that. And I could see why the judges, lean towards Jarrett Hurd's favor, because Jarrett Hurd, like the Errol Spencers of the world, like the Canelo Alvarez's of the world, the motherfucker got a green night chin, man. But I think his green night chin is even better than those two guys, because he just eats up punches. This dude takes punishment more than an Errol Spence, more than a Canelo Alvarez. And I mean, he gets hit on the button, but it looks like he's just like Pat-Man. He just be gobbling up them damn punches, man. And I feel like that's why Erislandy Lara kind of just took the gas off of the pedal, because he was hitting, Jarrett Hurd with some of his best punches, but it just wasn't, it wasn't bringing him down. But we got to remember, Jarrett Hurd, man, like Errol Spence, he's a big dude for the weight class. He's a huge dude for the weight class. I mean, he's huge. So it's not Erislandy's fault. He was just fighting a bigger guy, man. And that fight, I could see why people had it either way. But when it's all said and done, you could see why the argument kind of tipped over the scale for Jarrett Hurd. And I feel like, he's had a long layoff, man. 11 to 12 months. That's some rust right there. Like, if he was active and he had, like 2 more fights in between, or at least another fight, then I could lean an argument towards him. Plus, he's 36 years old. This Brian Castano kid, 29 years old, 15-0. He's lightning fast, very good amateur background, and he's hungry. So if we're going by conventional wisdom, the younger guy may prevail, because we're looking at what's left in the tank for Erislandy Lara. We don't know what's left in the tank for him. That's the question. See, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Now, does Erislandy Lara have the experience to win the fight? Yes. But how much is left in the tank of Erislandy Lara? And the fact that he has to come out and say that I'm still on elite level and stuff like that, it's like he's trying to, no disrespect, but force himself to give himself this sense of confidence that he's still on that level. Nah, just go out there and prove it in the ring, man. We don't need to hear that shit. You're 36 years old, man. And we know in boxing, man, once guys get in their mid to late 30s, we don't know what's left of them. There's only been a few boxers that have really just kind of tinkled with Father Time, and that's the Bernard Hopkins of the world. But B-Hop is special, man. He's in his own category with the way he took care of his body from a health standpoint, how disciplined he was to his craft. This guy wasn't doing bullshit outside of the ring, I mean, he was really taking care of himself from a health perspective. That's why he was able to transcend. Ultimately, he succumbed to Father Time because Father Time's undefeated. But he was able to prolong his career a lot longer than he normally would. But I don't know. If I'm looking at it right now, if I have to judge it today, I'm leaning towards Brian Castano. That's just my take on it. Because he's the hungrier, the younger fighter. And I mean, he's just coming off of vicious wins. And he's undefeated, man. And he's a champion. And he just looks hungry to me. Usually when you got a young fighter that's hungry like that, that spells disaster for a guy that's, past his prime. And that's pretty much, his best years are past him. Erislandy Lara has had some battle-worn fights. He's a battle-tested fighter, nevertheless. But he's taken a considerable amount of damage. And I feel like he's fought his best fights against the Canelo Alvarez's of the world. This is why he wasn't able to show you his best Erislandy Lara against Jarrett Hurd, man. If this was the Erislandy Lara that fought against Canelo Alvarez, Jarrett Hurd would be a non-factor. I'm going to say that again. Jarrett Hurd would be a non-factor. I just feel that Erislandy Lara has been in too many battles, man. and we don't know what's left of him. And that's just the truth. And you know me, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. In my heart, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, I want to go for Erislandy Lara, but in my mind, I'm leaning towards Brian Castano. I think it's going to be a 7-5, 8-4 round fight. I don't think Erislandy Lara is going to get dropped because I feel like Brian Castano don't have the size structure or the strength of a Jarrett Hurd. I don't think he has that kind of power. And Erislandy Lara, it takes a big motherfucker to take his ass down. You're not just going to take him down like that. You know what I'm saying? He has that Cuban pedigree, and, you know, he just has this grit about him. So I don't think he's just going to go away. And I feel he's going to give a really good fight. This is going to be a very close fight. But because of the age, I think in the later championship rounds, because we've seen in fights that Erislandy Lara has a tendency to wane, especially as he's gotten up in age, I feel that Brian Castano, because there's more upside there, is going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, kind of blow away the fight in the second half of the fight. So I'm going to lean towards him. I got him winning this fight 7-5, possibly 8-4 rounds. Y'all comment below and let me know who y'all think is going to win. Do y'all got Erislandy Lara or y'all got Brian Castano? You know what I'm saying? Because, see, that's the thing when he knows the sport, man. I'm not going to sit here and go for a guy because I like him. I like Erislandy Lara. I felt he got his ass robbed by Canelo Alvarez. And I'll say that and argue that up and down with the best of them. That was one of the fights where those four glaring deficiencies that I mentioned about Canelo Alvarez got exposed. It was Erislandy Lara that exposed that, because Erislandy Lara, at his best, was implementing the sweet science, man. He was hitting and he wasn't getting hit. But this ain't the same Erislandy Lara of that time. That's so many years ago, man. This is an older 36-year-old guy that's really just trying to show you that he has something left in the tank. And see, we don't know what that is. That's the thing. I feel like he's lost a couple of steps. You know what I'm saying? His reflexes are not the same. He's a lot slower. You know what I'm saying? It feels like his hands are moving faster than his legs. You just have to look at the tail of the tape, man. He's just not the same. But this Castano kid, you know what I'm saying? Same age as Errol Spence, 29, man. The dude's a champion. He's hungry. You know what I'm saying? He's in the prime of his career, or just entering the prime. And he has something to prove. And something has to be said for that. And that's why I got him winning the fight 7-5, 7 rounds to 5 or 8-4. But y'all comment below and y'all let me know what y'all think. Plus, he's Argentinian, man. Them Argentinian cats. Just look at Marcos Maidana. Look at Lucas Matiste, man. Them dudes, they be bringing it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no pushovers, man. They ain't no dudes to be sleeping over. And you got to respect them. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all comment below and give me your take. Who y'all got? Erislandy Lara or Brian Castano? This is He Knows His Sport. Check it out.